everyone! Today we're learning how to use pen tool in Figma and also some Boolean operations. We'll use these techniques to draw famous logos like Nike, Amazon, and more. Ready? Let's get started. As always, you can grab the starter file from the link in the description and follow along. Today I have my Figma here with me to draw these logos using the pen tool together. Let's start with the Nike logo. First, select the images on your artboard and lower the opacity to 30% so we can trace over them. Now select the Nike frame and press Shift 2 to zoom to selection. Next, grab the pen tool from the toolbar or press P for the shortcut. Before we begin, let's give my Figpal a quick break. See you soon, pal. Alright, let's see how the pen tool works. When you click once, you place your first anchor point. If you click and drag, you'll create a curve with two little sticks coming out. They're called handles and they help shape your lines. We'll dive into them in just a moment. Now your next point will also be a curve. But for this one, I'm gonna start with straight lines to make it easier. So let's press Command Z on Mac or Ctrl Z on Windows to undo. Now just click and release to place your first anchor point. Click again a bit to the right to create a straight line. Let's add a few more points to outline the shape. Click here, then here, and one more. Let's zoom in a bit and place the last point here. To finish, we need to close our shape so we can fill it. To do that, hover over the starting point and you'll see a small dot on the pen tool. That means you can close the shape. Click to close it. Great. Now let's turn this straight shape into a smooth one. Select the pen tool. It's under the pen tool in the toolbar. With the pen tool, click and drag on a line between 2 points to bend it into a curve. See those handles? They control the curve's shape. If the curve looks uneven, click an anchor point with the pen tool and drag to adjust the handles until they're at the same angle. That makes the curve smoother. Let's adjust this point here. Nice. Finally, let's fill the shape. Select the paint bucket tool and click inside the shape to fill it. Set the color to black. Press Escape to deselect. Then double click outside the shape to exit. And that's the Nike logo. Awesome. Okay, let's hide the Nike image by clicking the eye icon in the Layers panel. Now move on to the Amazon arrow. Press P to grab the pen tool. We'll draw the smiley shape first. Let's place the first anchor point in the middle, then click and release to create straight lines. Great. Now press V to switch to the Move tool. Here's another way to use the pen tool. Hover over a point, hold Command or Control on Windows, and it switches to the pen tool. Click and drag to bend the line into a curve. I'm holding Shift to lock the handle's angle. For this one, I hold Command and bend the line from the center. You'll notice they only have one handle each. Let's adjust the handles and make the curve smoother. Let's tweak this line here too. Perfect. Now double click outside the shape to exit the vector layer. In the Layers panel, you'll see we have one vector layer in the Amazon frame. Now when we start drawing the arrowhead, a second vector layer will be created. You can keep them separate, but I prefer one layer for both. So press Escape, hit V for the Move tool, and double click outside to exit the shape again. See, the second layer disappeared. Now double click the smiley shape, go back inside the layer, and we'll draw the arrowhead in the same layer. I'll click and release to create a straight lines and use the pen tool to shape the curves. For this point, I'm holding Command and drag to create short handles for a slight curve. Let's adjust the other points and handles until the arrowhead looks smooth. Great. Finally, I'm gonna fill the shape with the same color as the image. Let's set the image opacity back to 100%. Press I for the eyedropper tool and pick the orange color from the image. Perfect. Now hide the image again and let's move on to the Snapchat ghost. The ghost shape is symmetric, so we'll draw one half and mirror it to create the full shape. Press P to grab the pen tool. I start by clicking at the top center to place my first anchor point. Now click at drag at the next point to create a curve for the ghost's head. To draw this curve, we need to adjust the angle of the handles. To do that, hold Option or Alt while dragging the handle. Good. Let's continue with the other points. Click and drag to shape the curves for the ghost side and place the last point at the bottom center. Press Escape or Enter to finish the path. Nice. Let's check all the points and refine the curves. Looks good. Double click outside the shape to exit the vector layer. Now press Command D or Control D on Windows to duplicate the shape. With the duplicated shape selected, go to the toolbar and click Flip Horizontal to mirror it. Move it to the right until the start and the end points of both halves touch perfectly. Now let's merge the two halves into one shape. Select both vector layers, go to the Design panel, click the three dots at the top and choose Flatten Selection. See, the two vector layers are now one. Let's give it a white color and set the stroke size to 5 pixels. And there's our ghost. To complete the Snapchat icon, let's add the yellow square behind the ghost. You can learn more about drawing shapes in my previous video. Now let's move on to the Apple logo. The apple shape isn't perfectly symmetric, but I like to start by drawing half of it to make things easier. Press P to grab the pen tool. Since the apple has big curves, let's draw straight lines for more control. Nice. Now let's shape the curves. For this point, I want to adjust the handles separately. I'm holding Option while dragging the left handle to make it longer, like this. Good. Continue shaping the other points. Drag the handles to refine the curve until the half apple looks smooth. Once you're happy with it, double click outside the shape to exit the vector layer. Now let's duplicate and mirror it and move it to the right. But you'll notice a small gap between the start and end points of two halves. To fix this, select both vector layers, go to the Design panel, click the three dots at the top and choose Flatten Selection. To merge them into one layer, double click to go inside the layer, select the two top starting points and press Command J or Control J on Windows to join them. Let's refine this curve. Good. Now repeat the process for the two bottom points. Select them, press Command or Control J to join. Now we have a closed shape. Perfect. Let's create the bite mark. Press O to grab the ellipse tool, hold Shift to draw a perfect circle, and adjust the size to fit the bite. Now select both the apple and the circle, go to the design panel and click Subtract. Oh no, that's not what we wanted. See how the apple's stroke turned into a narrow shape? This happened because the apple had a stroke and the circle had a fill. Let's undo this. Now select the apple, press Shift X to swap the stroke with the fill and subtract again. Perfect. In the layers panel, you'll see a subtract layer with two vector layers inside. Let's flatten this by selecting it, going to the design panel, clicking the three dots and choosing flatten selection. Now we have a single vector layer that can have both stroke and fill. Great. Finally, for the leaf, press R to select the rectangle tool and draw a square. In the design panel, increase the top left and bottom right corner radius. To round those corners, make it leaf-like. Adjust the size and rotate it slightly. Nice. Set the fill color to black, and there's our Apple logo. Let's hide the image and move on to the last one, the Pepsi logo. The Pepsi logo is a circle with a curved shape subtracted from it, dividing it into red and blue sections. Let's start with the curved shape. Press P to grab the pen tool. First, draw a straight line for the bottom of the red section and drag with the pen tool to shape the curve. Now let's draw the top of the blue section's curve with the straight lines. Use the pen tool and drag the lines to create a smooth, wavy curve. Adjust the handles to make the curve look natural. Good. To use this shape for subtraction, we need to close it. Select the 2 points on the left side and join them. Then join these 2 points as well. Now we have a closed shape. For the subtraction to work properly, this shape needs to extend outside the circle. Let's start by adding a point to the right side. Hover your cursor over the right edge of the shape until you see a plus icon. That means you can add a point. Click to add a point, then drag it outward to extend the shape beyond where the circle will be. Double click outside to exit the vector layer. Next, press O to grab the ellipse tool, hold Shift and Option or Alt to draw a perfect circle from the center of the Pepsi frame and adjust the size to match the logo. Now press Shift X to swap the fill and stroke. To make sure the curved shape isn't inside the circle, let's add a point to the left side and drag it to extend the shape. Now let's swap the stroke and fill for the curved shape as well. Double click outside to exit the layer. In the layers panel, drag the vector layer above the ellipse layer. Select both shapes, go to the design panel and click subtract selection. Perfect. The circle is now divided into two sections. Now let's add the colors. Set the image opacity back to 100%, but first let's flatten the layer. I'm gonna select our shape, hold Shift, and use the left arrow key to nudge it slightly so I can pick the color from the image. Now double click the shape to go inside the layer, select the top section, press I for the eyedropper tool, and pick the red color from the image. Now select the bottom section, hit I again to pick the blue color. And we're done with the Pepsi logo. Awesome. If you found this tutorial helpful, please consider subscribing. Thanks for joining me. Until next time, elevate and create.